The Last Stand.
최후의 전쟁.
destroying the last remaining
난이도
heroes.
1번.
Amongst others, her stepbrother. Once upon a time, long ago in, well, you know the rest, the absolute evil had, in the fabulous
약간
predecessor
코미디 게임인가?
taken over the entire overworld with its creatures. Now it's spent
광탕한
its
파티?
time on debauched parties and... Wait a minute. The entire overworld? No! One small village of indomitable heroes still held out against the invaders. The unamused evil was beside itself with rage.
오, 그음이 좋다.
But all this was about to change once and for all, because the remote controlling evil sent its most vicious general into the field, the dark elf Talia. Talia, also known from the fabulous predecessor, came back from her vacation in a thoroughly good mood. Before that, she had defeated her foster
양아버지
father,
타노스를
the paladin
물리쳤다?
Thanos. This fact is important to note.
뒤에 파라솔 막.
For this last remaining village of heroes was protected by none other than Tristan, foster son of Thanos and Talia's stepbrother.
아, 뭐 가문 싸움인가
This
이것도?
proud warrior in shining, his handsome heroic chest accentuating armor was the last glimmer of hope for the forces of good. Talia, who had fully embraced the dark side, couldn't wait to really kick her
내가 탈리아야?
stepbrother's ass.
아니면 트리스탄이야?
And so our story begins. Last defenders of good were fighting for their survival. This seemed to be the perfect time for Tristan to make his appearance, the last mighty hero of the good race.
My brothers, in your eyes I see the same fear that would lead me to despair. The day may
막
come
처맞고
when the
있는데
courage of
대사
true
잘
heroes
치시네.
is extinguished. When we abandon our companions and all bonds of friendship are broken. But that day is still far off. Stand fast, heroes of the West!
And with those familiar sounding words, Tristan charged into battle to the cheers of
게임이
men.
말이 많네.
The heroes of good had managed to capture some of the evil creatures. Nevertheless, it was more than questionable whether a few minor victories and a brilliant speech could do anything against the absolute evil's armies. A storm of darkness and gloom descended,
내가 탈리아
heralding
같은데?
the arrival of Talia, the absolute evil's general.
그래서 탈리아로
This
조종하는 것
entrance not only
같은데.
panicked the defenders of good, but also seemed to strengthen the creatures of evil.
땅이 썩어간다.
Hey, I'm back! Time to kick a little hero butt. Forward, creatures! Show me what you can do! Punch him smack dab in the mouth! Smash him in the face! Oh, and just as a precaution, get me my handbook of worn-out
유쾌한
third-rate
여자네.
catchphrases.
좋다.
Ah, if my eyes don't deceive me, that's my stupid stepbrother Tristan
스킵도 안 되네, 말하는 거.
just waiting for me to lovingly put his head on a spear. Ha! Today is gonna be a good day.
Talia seemed to be very sure of victory. Some might find this
캠핑
possible
시작점에서
as the beginning of
벌써
a
이런
long
말을
new
하는 게
campaign.
의아하다고요?
But okay, maybe the
그죠?
rest of the missions are nothing but a string of debauched victory celebrations. Who knows?
WSD 카메라 이동. 유닛 선택. 어? 뭐 약간 RTS 같은 건가 이거?
A few pitiful
잠깐만.
opponents.
카메라를 여기로 가는 게 나을 것 같다.
I'm gonna massacre you.
근데 뭔가 UI는 좀 되게
remember how that
좀
works.
촌스러운데?
Fortunately, Talia's instincts took over at this point. Something which wannabe pro gamers often refer to as
자동 공격.
Talia also remembered
데미지
that she had a few
666.
skills that she could invoke whenever she felt like it.
Oh right. Boom.
그냥 알아서
How it's
공격하는데?
done.
컨트롤 아예 필요 없어. 조져.
Talia's mighty storm once again stood at her disposal.
오른쪽 상단.
Once again, Talia's fury descended to plunge the land into
더
blackness.
강해진다. 이 세계를 멸망시키러 가자.
Did someone actually cage my subordinates? Ah, forget that. I'm the only one who's allowed to do that. Time to
이 세상을
bust these things
절망에
open.
빠뜨리겠다.
Pulverize them. Nuke 'em.
일어나라 나의
Your creatures have destroyed
졸개들이여.
the cage. Talia had freed all the creatures. Not to be outdone by her stepbrother, she too gave a brilliant speech.
Speech.
아 뭐야 이거 부대지 정도 해야 돼?
Creatures, time to punch the do-gooders right in the kisser.
이렇게 해도 되잖아.
Punch them in the face, kick them in the shins, break their belt buckles so they trip on their pants.
Yes, very inspiring.
뭐야 이거? 아군이야 저기야? 아군인가? 오 피가 차네. 그리고 탈리아가 가니까.
Talia had reached the center of battle. With another brilliant speech, she goaded her creatures on one more time.
Another speech? Oh,
오
ding dong.
대규모
the hero's
대규모
back.
전투.
Is that okay?
Honestly, I don't know if I can work with you like this.
반지의 제왕.
After Talia's words, the creatures surged forward and fought
가자!
the linguistically under-talented leader, or tried to, but the defenses on the left and right flanks
자,
made
왼쪽
progress
측방 대열?
impossible. Talia had to destroy them in order to receive further support.
이거? 카타펄트? 어택당.
The hero's left defensive flank could no longer withstand the breaching evil's creatures.
아 이제 쌈 싸먹어라. 나의 졸개들이여. 더러운 엘프 녀석들을.
The hero's defense collapsed on the right flank. The monstrous evil's creatures
열어줘야 되나?
flocked to Talia.
Excellent. I can always use more cannon fodder. I mean, loyal
총알바지에
soldiers.
불과하지. 뭐한 녀석들을.
Hasta la vista,
뭐야,
hero
얘네?
boy.
공격! 더러운 궁수놈들. 자 이제 어디로 가냐? 이것도 열어줘야 될 것 같은데? 뭐야 다 뒤짐? 일로와. 이리 오라고 새끼들아. 저렇게 알록달록해 얘네.
And another one for the Grim Reaper. Or Grim Reaperess, I'm not picky.
Talia, stepsister, you dare to show your face here after killing our foster father?
여기서 이제
Here. Is that a trick question?
뒤지는
You can
건가?
see I'm here. Tanos
탈리아가
deserves
힘을 잃는
what
건가,
he
여기서?
got. And I thought to myself,
무빙
like father, like son.
무빙
Will pay for your deeds, sister. The light will protect me.
어우 한 세월 걸리네 저 캐스팅 하는데.
Sister, Turn from evil and come back to the side of good. See the power of light.
왜 안 때려?
These words, Tristan was bathed in a golden light.
아, 치사한
As if that were not troublesome.
차원문을 써?
A number of magical portals opened at the same time.
Huh. As if this wasn't dragging on way too long already.
부셔!
Can't we just
부시라고.
jump straight to the point where I greedily take over the world? Forward, creatures! Smash the portals! Flatten that magic junk!
조금 우리 물량이 딸리는데?
My brothers, in your eyes I see the same fear that would lead me to despair. The day may come when the courage of
처음부터
true
부시자.
heroes is extinguished. When we
계속
abandon
나온다,
our
여기도.
companions and all bonds of friendship are broken. But that day
버프
is
해주고.
still far off.
일단 다 죽는데?
Stand fast, heroes of the West.
Oh, didn't you spout that same bullshit earlier? In exactly the same words.
No, not at all. I am known for my brilliant speeches.
그래.
Wicked stepsister.
지원군이
I
도착했다.
seem to remember that whenever you were supposed to speak in front of the class,
로한의 기마대가 도착했다.
You'll pay for that. Onward, faithful. Destroy the evil.
All the magical portals have been destroyed, and with them,
Moving.
Tristan's shield
Fiat!
went up in smoke.
that's the way I like it. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. I was just about to kick my stepbrother's butt.
아니 나 이 RTS 이런 줄 잘 못하는데. 일단 찍먹이니까.
Sister, it doesn't have to end this way. Join me. Together we can still save the world.
Oh, can't you just
아,
die
세상을 파괴할 거야.
before the embarrassing melodrama?
파괴하고 다시 재시작하자. 버프 걸어주고.
Once again, summoned her fury.
컷신.
Talia, this isn't the end. We'll meet again.
더러운 잉에 저의 엘프놈 저거.
With these words, Tristan quickly created a portal and threw himself through it with the last of his strength. The portal closed again behind him.
Treachery, fraud, cheater! This was supposed to be my victory! And what the hell kind of glove is that anyway?
뭐야 저거
Looks to me
그거 아니야?
like game design
인피니티
forgot to balance
건틀렛인가?
the thing
그거?
properly.
타운스 거?
Maybe the people in charge were still too captivated by your great speech.
여기.
Brought tears to my eyes too. However, not of emotion.
As if the bird brains these evil creatures have needed grand speeches. A few skulls to bash in, and the social calendar for the evening is filled.
약간 와우 감성이네.
To their own. But apparently, Tristan had suffered a mishap, as the aforementioned magic glove still lay in the place where it was last
진짠데?
used. It would
건틀렛인데?
seem that he had accidentally lost it.
아까 그뭐 타노스도만
Wonderful. This
양아버지인가?
is
걔가.
just what I need. Très chic. I'll just grab that right away.
And so our story begins. Tristan had managed to give Talia the slip, but she had been able to capture his magic glove. The Gauntlet of Finitude, a fabled artifact.
유한성의 건틀렛?
Unfortunately, UI overlays don't work in cutscenes, so Tanya couldn't read just exactly what the glove did.
이거 얼굴만 하냐? 장갑이.
Nevertheless, she proudly presented it to the absolute evil in its form as the dungeon. And so
얘가
misfortune took its
대빵인가?
course, because at the same time, Tanya wanted to demonstrate how loudly she could snap her fingers.
절반이
But this
사라지나?
snap which would go down in the history books as the Dungeon Lord snap, unleashed horrific forces that were discharged into the Dungeon Lord himself.
게임 이거 너무 이거 좀 오버 아니야 스토리?
Tanya rose to her feet, the gauntlet had disappeared, and the Dungeon Lord lay dying. Viewers often began to cry at this point because it made them think back to the last really good superhero movie. Talia mourned for about 5 seconds. Talia had shattered the realms of good and served them onto the absolute evil on a silver platter, while it had actually done nothing at all. So Talia now became the absolute ruler. She had no clue about how to rule, but more than made up for it with hubris and persistently ignoring glaring problems. In addition, she surrounded herself with a staff of incompetent advisors.
베터콜 사울 그 패러디 아닌데.
10 minutes later, Tristan had captured Tanya, locked her in a cage, and put the armies of absolute evil to flight. And so the story ends.
와, 진짜 약 빨았네 이거 게임.
Continues in overpriced microtransaction bites. Oh, wait, wrong script. That's a different developer. Hang in there, I've almost got it.
현재 게임사들의 행태까지 비판해 주시고.
The unused essence of absolute evil continued to float through the ether. It wasn't about to admit defeat that easily, but for evil to triumph once again, it needed Talia back, for better or for worse. And so the swirling essence of absolute evil set about commanding the perplexed-looking chaotic hordes and freeing Talia.
Hammer time.
Round 2. The essence of absolute evil held the horde.